Now I just gotta figure out, oh, our comment's gonna be on this side.
Oh, that case. Oh.
I don't know why we didn't do this the other day.
Because we know what we're doing. Are we on?
We are on.
Well, damn, talk to the people for some shit.
I'm trying to see if I can see it. Oh, we can't see it. We don't have any viewers yet.
I haven't told people.
Hmm?
I haven't told people.
Whoa. Uh-oh. I'm not doing anything, girl. Let me see if somebody watching. You can watch it?
Why did you post it on Facebook?
So my mom liked it, so she's probably active.
Okay, we'll say hello.
But it should show who was watching it. Everything experience of a quality streaming. So how do we fix that? That's an automatic one. Oh, right here it is. Let's see. I'll figure out what is. We have one viewer. If you come in the live, just let us know that you're here. You can put it in the comment section. Just let us know you're here, that you're watching, and then you can share our posts as well so that we can get more viewers. Trying to figure out what does this mean. If you can hear us, let us know as well so we can make sure our volume is working. Okay. I don't know how to get this part right here.
It's working, right?
It's working?
Okay. Let's do it.
You want to start?
Hey everybody, it's Trina from Black and White with K&T. How y'all doing this good Thursday? It's 8 o'clock, a little after 8 o'clock. We're gonna go ahead and jump into it, get started. If y'all are here, following, want to say hi, let us know you're in there, just drop a comment. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, you ready for Christmas?
I'm ready. Not ready as they ever gonna be.
Okay. Part 2 of personal, intimate relationships. We realized the other night, you know, like we said, our impromptu live, and we were probably all over the place. So I'm sure a lot of you were wondering, like, what the hell are they doing? And we were really just having fun. We'd had a day, we had a time, and we had a few drinks. So there was that. We are of sober mind today. One of us is anyway of sober mind today.
I just fixed one drink and I just started drinking it.
Same thing. Sober mind today.
We're sober.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of piggyback off of what we were talking about the other day. So we have some things that we had kind of jotted down about where we wanted to start, and I think we're going to start with dating and what dating is. So I think my biggest thing with this generation, not to say anything bad, I mean, you guys are great, you're killing it, do you. But I think dating has definitely changed, and I think there's a confusion between dating and sleeping with someone or having sex with someone. So dating doesn't have to mean that you're having sex. And what are you dating for? Are you dating with intent? Are you dating with a purpose? Are you just, you know, are you dating to just to get out of the house, to have something to do? And how many people are you dating? Are you dating one person? Are you exclusively dating? Are you in the relationship stage where you're ready to exclusively date? And when you're just starting out, like if you're single and you're just trying to get out there, are you dating more than one person? Are you dating 2, 3? And how many is too many to date?
Too many.
Yeah, too many. I mean, how many people can you seriously juggle at one time? 3, 4? You gonna have a different date every day of the week? You gonna have 7 of them, one for every day of the week, or?
It's free meals, girl.
I realize it's free meals.
Don't mean that just because you're dating all those people doesn't mean that you have to sleep with all those people.
Which is exactly what I just said. You don't have to sleep with all those people, but I think sometimes people date and think that because you're dating, you're supposed to, or you should be doing other things. And I'd like some feedback on that, you guys. So I think that with dating, I don't think that you should. I think that even if you are dating with intent, like if you're trying to find a partner, I don't know how you do that if you date like one person at a time. Like if you met a person, you met a guy, you like him, or a girl, and you like her, and now that's the only person you're seeing. But you're only seeing them, and you don't have any kind of title. You haven't made anything official in your relationship. How do you know that that's the one that you like? That's the one that that's the only one that you want to date, if that's the only one that you have dated.
So I guess where we extend that is, what qualities does that person have to meet in order for you to be like, that's the one? And do you already have a list of things, of qualities that you want your specific person to have? And say you meet someone that only covers 9 out of 10 of the qualities, are you going to sacrifice that one quality that they're lacking in order to see where this relationship progresses to?
Okay. I mean, but that's one person. So that's like, it's what if you meet somebody else and they're like, I want to take you out, right? And you're dating this other person, or you've been out on a couple of dates with this other person. Are you now not free to go on a date with somebody else because you've been on 2 dates with this person?
No.
So you can go out with the other person.
It depends on if this person checks out all your boxes.
Why they got to check out all your boxes?
So what is there a percentage that you're going off of? Like, are you going to go, okay, this person is checking 80% of my boxes, but this other person so far is only checking 50% of these boxes?
See, I think that in the dating stage, that this is where you're trying to get to know somebody. So I don't know how many of my boxes that you check off. I know initially what boxes you check off. I either thought that there had to be something that you said or did, or a way that you look that I found attractive that made me say yes in the first place. So there had to be something that I initially liked that just made me say yes in the first place.
So probably 99% of relationships are based off of looks. So you were automatically attracted to their looks. So something about their looks made you attracted to them.
You said relationship. I didn't say nothing about relationship. I said dating.
Dating. It's dating.
You going out with a mud duck? You gonna go out with somebody that's ugly that you don't like?
No. So your very first box is looks. How's that person look? What are you attracted to? We all know what you're attracted to, Trina. What are you attracted to?
I like big boys. Everybody know I like them big.
She like them big, dark skinned boys.
I'm a chubby chaser. I like them 6 foot.
With their daddy belly going on.
Baby, I like them 6 foot, a little bit of pudge, and real dark. That's how I like. That's how I like mine. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's what I like. But that don't mean that you look at it. That don't mean that you necessarily have to stick to your type.
Listen, Linda.
Okay.
My last 2 relationships, I went outside of the box. Okay? Ask my family, way outside of the box, and look where I'm at now. And it got worse. It just kept getting worse.
No, what you did was that. This is not why it got worse. What you did was you dated outside of your preference, but you exclusively dated the first thing outside of your preference. You did not date around. They came and they were like, "I like you," and you were like, "I like you too," and they were like, "Okay, now we together."
Okay, what do we do now?
Right. that's what you did. So that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is that take your last 2 relationships and let's say they both came at the same time, right? And this one said, I want to take you out to the movies or out to dinner. You were like, okay, cool. And then you went over here, you went out to the movies, you went out to dinner, and you had a walk and some drinks and you talked and it was a great night, right? And then the other one was like, oh, I want to take you somewhere too. And then you're like, okay, well, I'm going to go with you too. So now y'all go and you have whatever date it is that you have. And so now you have something in which to compare. Well, I like this about this one and I like this about that one. I didn't really like this about him, but I do like that about him. And this didn't really go together.
So what you're looking at is what is going to counterbalance to make you want this person so much more than this person. So what qualities does a person have to have for you to be like, I want this person over this person?
I don't want to be on a date with somebody where it's like we don't have nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Or you give me 1-word responses. Or you're in your phone all night. Or you're checking your phone all night. Or you're just like we do, we have dinner or we go bowling or whatever, and then you're like, you want to go back to my place?
We can rub our feet together.
No, I do not want to go back to your place. I want to be able to.
Can I go back to your place? Hell no.
Absolutely not. I want to be able to have conversations about everything, anything, all things that interest me, things that interest you. And if you're talking to me about something that's absolutely foreign to me, that I don't have any interest in, you need to be able to portray to me what is interesting about it to you that moves you, so that now I'm interested too.
Okay, so you just mentioned something, because I remember me and my mom had a conversation a few weeks ago, and I believe I talked to you the day after to get your input on it because of how I'm reevaluating how I date. And so one of the things I've been told is I needed to take time for myself to figure out who I am as a person and what are the things that I like to do. And that my mom said something to the likes of, I need to find someone that likes to do the same exact things that I like to do. So my thought process of it was, I would love to have somebody that either they like the things that I do and we could do those things together, or don't mind learning about the things that I do and doesn't mind going and doing those things with me. Vice versa, I want to be able to explore what that person likes to do, and then maybe they could teach me something that I didn't know, hey, I actually like doing this. So now we're teaching each other.
So you're introducing each other to new things.
But I don't think it's necessary that we need to find someone that has 100% interest that we have, and that's all we're doing is sticking to things that we're used to doing.
I don't want you to love everything that I love. I don't. I want you to have your own interests, your own hobbies, your own things that you do, and I don't have to love them. I mean, tell me about them. And I'm a person that I'll try it, and if I try it and I don't like it, and I will say to you, I don't like it. I don't want to do that anymore. But you you go and you have all the fun you can have doing that thing that you love to do. I just don't want to do it with you. But there needs to be some things that are common ground for the two of you to do together, and it doesn't have to be everything. I don't necessarily think that you don't have to be joined at the hip, because the person needs to know how to be a person, an individual outside of whatever your relationship is. But we're talking about getting to that relationship, so we're talking about dating, and I don't know how you feel like you can selectively pick just one person if all you date is one person at a time.
Can't do that.
It's like you go into the shoe store and you're gonna buy shoes, right?
You're gonna try all the shoes.
What are you gonna try on first? You're gonna try on the first pair of shoes.
You first got to think about what kind of shoes are you going for.
Right. What are you going?
Are we going for heels? Are we going for tennis shoes? Are we going for sandals?
So what are we going for? We're going for casual shoes.
How dark the handsome girl?
That's okay. All right. So, but what I'm saying is, I'm gonna see a pair of shoes, and the first thing I'm looking at the shoes is I'm looking at the color, and I'm trying to see do I have anything that's gonna go with it? How's it gonna look on my foot?
The material.
Right now I'm gonna think about how it feels on my foot.
Now you gotta walk around it.
But I gotta try it on.
You gotta run. Your mama ain't take you to shoe show?
I gotta try it on. I got to stomp
walk
3 times.
Walk down there, little girl, and turn back around. Let me see.
You gotta walk down there, turn around, come back.
Walk one more time.
Stomp 3 times, jump up and down. You gotta do a bunch of stuff in these shoes. And they're like, yeah, these. After about 4 hours of these on, that's gonna start to squeeze my pinky toe. And that's not gonna feel good. So I don't want these shoes. These are tight. At the toe, I need a wider, but you don't know that until you try them on.
Okay, so that was another question that we had that I think I have it right here talking about. But it was a legitimate question.
Okay, what's the question?
When you're dating, how soon do you have sexual relations with somebody? It kind of goes with, in my opinion, test driving a car. No? You gotta test drive a car and see if it works. If the brakes are working, you gotta take it on the highway, speed up real fast, going about 90 miles an hour, and slam on the brakes and see if they work. No?
You need some Jordans, Judge Gregory. That's what you need some. We're going to get you some Jordan
We found
4s.
a new pair, a perfect color for you too.
I'm going to get you a pair like the pair I'm going to get me for my birthday. I'm finna buy me some mint green Jordan 4s. I'm going to get you a pair. We're going to be twinning.
I want those, so we're going to be tripling.
Well, we're going to be triplets. Me, you, and her going to have the same shoe. Mint green Jordan 4s coming your way. Don't
You
even
can wear
worry
them to California in
We're
July.
going to get them for you. Carter will love it. But I think that you have relations when you're ready to have relations.
Well, everybody's different.
Everybody is different. Some people are going to wait 30 days. Some people are going to wait
Tomorrow.
Some people are going to do it right then. Some people are going to be right ready as soon as that.
Right now.
Right ready right now. Some people are going to be ready right now. And that's okay. That's your preference. We're all adults. If you ready right now, then you go right now. But if you want to wait, if your rule is that I'm gonna wait 30 days, or my rule or your rule is that I'm gonna, or however long you want to wait. But I think that each person, you have that little internal voice that tells you, okay, now was the time. Now was a good time. I'm ready. And so you do it when you're ready. I don't think that there's a time frame on that. You know, some books will tell you make them wait 90 days, sis. Make them wait 30 days. Make them do this, and you will, if you're dating more than one person, you will eliminate a lot. You will eliminate quite a few at the beginning based on how long it's going to take you to get to what you're trying to get to. So, I mean, it's a way to weed it out to see. And those who want to stick around to find out, they'll stick around to find out. And but they will also have piqued some of your other interests. You will also have gotten to know them better in that time, and you will also know more about.
My mom agreed with me. She said, test drive before you buy.
You know what, Anna? I'm a jest.
Just like I said earlier, you have to test drive it before you buy it, because what if y'all have dated for 6 months and now all of a sudden the time comes and it ain't what you expected it to be?
Then what were you attracted to?
Is that going to be a compromise?
Then what were you attracted to? What were you attracted to in the first place?
Well, like we said, the first thing looks.
Okay,
so
but you just said now you've been dating for 6 months, so that means you've been having
Is it a
6 months of dates. You've been having 6 months of spending time together. You've been having 6 months of conversation, 6 months of laughs, 6 months of whatever it is that you've been having, and there was D-Day. It's time. D-Day. We about to get right. That's what we finna do. And then you go in there and you be like, this was wrong. I did not have a good time.
Okay, here's a statement.
Does that automatically disqualify your guy?
It's a big thing. Do you want to spend the rest of your life like that? It matters because.
What part of it matters? Are we talking about, y'all, listen, are we talking about technique, or are we talking about we're talking about technique, we talking about skill, what we talking about? Because some
you can teach people technique.
Okay.
You can teach them.
So what are we talking about?
It depends on how far you're willing to sacrifice. Are you willing to take that time to teach this person?
I mean, do you want to?
Is your person teachable?
That's something you got to decide. That's something you got to decide. But that's all based on whatever foundation you have been building for the last 6 months, on whether or not that's something you want to do.
Not right now, I don't.
Y'all heard that? Not right now. Don't come with no BS, because she like, nah.
Gotta go.
See y'all later.
I enjoyed dinner.
Thank you so much for the steak. It was delicious.
Conversation was probably
That's
good.
what she said. Conversation was nice. I laughed like 10 times last night. I had a really good time. My potato was well cooked. They put enough cheese on it, but no
Love
thank
the bacon bits.
No thank
Sour cream was on point.
Everything was good. I had a real good time. Everything was good except one thing.
That's why I say just go ahead and get it over with. That's why I say just go ahead and get it over with.
And that's fine. Some people do like to go ahead and get it over with, but you can't go ahead and get it over with everybody you meet.
You can't. That's why you pick and choose. So if you were going to do it on the first date or second date, say you had the first date today and you go on the second date tomorrow.
Well, I'm having back-to-back dates. But go ahead. We already occupying too much of my time, but go ahead.
Are you dating with intention?
Yeah, I'm dating for meals right now. Is anybody hungry? I'm dating for meals. Listen, I'm available for lunches, brunches, breakfast, dinner.
I'm not a morning person, so we ain't getting breakfast, but I'll catch you at brunch.
I'm available for brunches, lunches, and dinners. I'm dating for meals.
You look hungry.
I know I'm hungry. I know I told you I'm dating for meals. Oh my God. I don't got nothing else.
Okay, so here's our two things that we said when we're dating. When you're starting to date, one of two things. It's a two-part question.
Two-part question.
First part is, do you keep an ex on standby?
I'm listening. What's the second part?
Second part is it appropriate to have a sex partner on standby during the dating process?
I think that if sex is important to you, I think that is important. I think that you can, if it's important to you, I think that you can have somebody that you trust to go there with. And you talking about, no, well, we can't jump in the bed with everybody we dated. We can't do that. So
She's probably saying no for the exes. You don't have exes on standby. You don't go back to the exes. We're moving forward. We're trying to learn a lesson.
I mean, generally the saying is that, exes are exes for a reason, so they need to stay in that category. So I agree with that. But if you have somebody that you're comfortable enough and you have a comfortable enough relationship with, and that is what you are seeking, and that is what the two of you are seeking, I feel like as long as there is an understanding about that, then I think that those types of relationships can work. I'm not advocating. I'm not saying go out here and have you a sneaky link, your little hookup.
Sneaky link.
I mean, because there are other ways to satisfy your needs if that's what you need to do.
Okay, so once you have developed a relationship with somebody,
Yes.
and say you wait an extended amount of time to introduce this person to other people, you have done all of the research, this person meets all of the things that you've been looking for. Now that y'all have developed a relationship, now that you're getting friends, and my mom said a sex buddy, she got it.
Yes, Suzanne, they are exes for a reason, and you shouldn't. You should not. You should move forward. That's what life is about, moving forward.
I'm moving forward, bigger, better things. Bigger, better things.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm just gonna say, okay, I'm gonna take a sip.
so once you have developed a relationship with somebody that you like, you have now introduced them to family and friends. Whose opinions should matter in a specific relationship, and how much weight should you give those opinions?
Nobody's.
Not even your best friend.
Nobody's.
What if it's a good opinion?
Wonderful.
Or what if you're trying to give an advice?
Wonderful. Great. Thank you so much for it.
And just move on.
And just keep pushing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Sure do.
Because you don't listen.
It's not that I don't listen. Relationships are between, and that's the problem. You have relationships, and they date you, your mama, your sister, your best friend, your friend from high school,
Your kids.
They dating all of y'all. It's too many people in this relationship. So, and everybody's gonna have something to say all the time.
Every single day.
But
Every waking hour.
about something. Somebody's gonna love something, somebody's gonna hate something, somebody's gonna be like, he is not the one. But that's between you and that man, or you and that woman, or whoever it is that you've chosen. That's between you and them. So, I mean, opinions are great. Everybody has one. But ultimately, what you do in that relationship needs to be between you and that person.
Like my mama always says, you have to live your life, not me.
Right.
You have to go home to that person, not me.
That's right. Kissing don't have to make sense to nobody but you. Don't nobody got to love it but you. Not your mama's mama, no. If they good for
I don't
you or
know,
not.
Suzanne. If you know my mama, you want her out your business until she gets in your business, and then she's not gonna get out of it.
Now my mother had the uncanny ability to tell me if somebody was, and that was just not just intimate relationships. If it was man, woman, friend, or whatever, my mother had the uncanny ability to tell me who was gonna do what, who was gonna be good for what, and who was gonna be what way. And I have yet to find her wrong about any advice that she's given me about any person that I've allowed into my life. So, But I listened to her. I listened to her advice too, and I listened to what she had to say. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it was my decision to make. It was really my decision to make, and that's all that is. That's your decision to make. So nobody can't make it for you. Nobody can't experience it for you. They can't live it for you. They can't make it right or wrong.
Well, what works out for you may not work out for the next
And it
person.
may not, which is why these are personal relationships between you and your person, not between you and the community. They're not community relationships, they're personal relationships. You and them, not them, you and everybody.
Some people got community.
Yes, they do. And
So-
let's stray away from that, okay?
We're gonna stay away from
We're
that.
going to stay away from it, Lord. Help me, Jesus. Next.
So I saw a video today that said they expressed the cause and effects, where partners that are toxic have a way of pulling triggers out of their partner, and then once their partner has been a punching bag for so long, they react, and sometimes most times that reaction is negative. So now the partner that has been pulling and tugging on all of these triggers are now like, okay, you're obnoxious, you're crazy, you've got a lot going on. So it's a cause and effect.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like you gave him the cheat code.
To pull your triggers?
You told him, I like this, I like that. I especially like it when you do this, and I like the way that this makes me feel, and I want to do more of that. And can we have more of this and less of that?
So that makes it okay
You-
for them.
I didn't say I made it
to pull
okay.
your triggers?
I didn't say it made it okay. I said you gave them the cheat code, so now they know exactly what to do to get on your ever loving nerve, and then you let them push every button you got. Because they know exactly what it is that you like and that you don't like. And I'm not saying don't tell them what it is that you like and you don't like, but your reaction is yours. You can control it. You can control how you react to it. And if you know that they are pushing your buttons and you know that this is what they're doing, you also have the option to like, you know what, I'm not doing this with you right now. I'm going to go over here, get myself together, and we can talk later. We need a timeout. File on the plate. I'm not ready.
I think a big thing for me as I have matured is when I was younger, I would overreact. I felt like I had to have my voice heard. So yelling, screaming, trying to get my voice heard because I felt like it was being overpowered by a specific person. So now as I've gotten older, it's either I know who I'm able to have deep, dark conversations with at that moment and who I need to just step back for however amount that time is to be like, okay, I'm going to let you breathe and then we're going to come back and visit it. But now I've seen myself as I have gotten older to be more calm, to be more collective and be like, okay, let me gather my thoughts. I can gather my thoughts and express them to you in a manner where it doesn't have to be screaming. It doesn't have to be yelling to get my voice heard. I'm going to say it in a way, in a professional way that's well thought out so that I can get my point across. So I think that helps with not letting somebody push me to that level and let them see me get to that level of being angry, being so-called crazy.
I think that one, to answer your question, Kirsten, yeah, they do know your triggers, and they do know the consequences of if they press on those triggers. But what do you do once they press on them, and then the consequences are out there? Do you then go back to that same situation? What are you doing to advocate for yourself so that they can stop pressing on you, pressing on those nerves? And hitting those triggers, and then you react how you react. Is this how you want to continue on with your relationship the entire time? Because that's not healthy. And that's not to say that anyone that whoever you're with is not going to, and that's in all of your relationships. It's not to say that people are not going to press your buttons. They are. You're going to get upset. You're going to get angry. You're going to react in a not so calm manner sometimes. Sometimes it's going to be wild and it's going to be whatever. But that's because you're human. But do you stay in a situation where you feel like they're constantly pressing on those things, constantly disrespecting what it is that you want, constantly not listening, constantly just doing things to nag at you, push at you, push at you, push at you? You have control over that. And I think that more does come from the calm than the anger, but I think the more that comes from the calm than the anger is good, because that is showing that you have grown. Because you told me you tell Dustin he gonna catch your eye. Let me tell you something, boo-boo. I knew I was in a relationship with my youngest two children's father, and I got so mad. So mad, standing at the back door of my home, and I may or may not have fired my gun. I can neither confirm nor deny at this point. But anyway, my mother was. I do. My mother was sitting on the couch, and it was dead quiet. And after about 2 minutes, I just heard my mama say to my oldest child, "Did she shoot him?" And my son said, "I don't know, but I'm not finna get up and go see." And then the door closed. And my mama said, "You all right?" I said, "I'm fine." And I went on to my room, and I had to sit down. But he was able to get to me in that way because he did know me. He knew exactly what I liked. He knew what I hated. He knew exactly what to say to push me over the edge, to make me act completely out of character. But I eventually got to a point where I was just like, I'm not doing this with you. And so I was calm, and that was tremendous growth. But I also knew that in order for me to get there, what I had to do was I had to stop communicating with him, because one, he was not respecting my boundaries. He did not know how to have a respectful conversation. He did not know how to communicate with me in a way that was not explosive. And I did not want to be in that space, in that frame of mind all the time, where I'm angry, and the consequences of you making me angry means that I'm going to ruin you and me. And so I had to get to a point where I'm just like, no, we're not going to do that, because I'm not going to keep talking to you, and I'm not going to allow you in my space, and I'm not going to allow you to take me so far out of character that it may be something that I can't come back from. And it's certainly going to be nothing you're going to be able to come back from, because I ain't seen no ghosts, and that's what you was going to be. Ghosts. You ever seen anybody raise up out the cemetery?
Not yet.
Well, that's where he was headed, to the cemetery.
I try to stay far away at nighttime. They might come out at nighttime.
Him were on his way to the cemetery, and I ain't seen nobody come back from this. So.
Big Cheryl, Christmas. Okay, so something that Trina read as I was writing things down today, and she wasn't understanding of it until I think I explained it to her, was always stay prepared to be alone. And what do I mean by that? I said once you've done it by yourself, you become numb by the amount of people that remain by your side or those who choose not to. So until you, and how I explained it to her so that she could get a better understanding of that, is it might be scary to be alone, but if you can't be alone and figure out how to love yourself, then you can't be there for anybody else.
But that's something you need to figure out before you ever get into a relationship.
Is don't always act like that. Did you do that at 15? No.
At 15, no, girl. I just wanted folks to like me. I didn't give a damn about being
You're
in a
speaking on the
relationship.
mentality of being a 48 young woman. Now
Well,
you need to go back to this younger generation.
No, I'm not speaking on being a 48. I'm speaking on. I am speaking from the point of which I figured out that I could not love anybody else the way that I wanted to, and that I could not receive love in the way that I wanted to until I first learned how to love myself. And so, and I wasn't 48 when I figured that out. I was in my late 20s, early 30s when I figured it out. But I got to it, and I did, and I learned. I took myself out on dates. I did lots of things all by myself, and loved it. And I mean, and I got to the point where your presence has to feel better than you know what I'm saying. Your presence cannot disturb my peace. Okay, and it can't. It just cannot disturb my peace. And if having you or someone else around is gonna make me feel worse than I do when I'm by myself, you got to go.
Bye bye.
Why are you here? What do you do? What do you bring?
You don't bring nothing to this table.
Chaos. That's what you bring. You bring chaos, and I don't want it.
So something I heard a while ago, and I have learned that I like this philosophy, is dating now. It's like that other person is always like, well, what do you bring to the table? That's like a big thing. What do you bring to the table? What do you have to offer? But this lady I was listening to was like, no, it's not about what do I bring. What does the table need? And I'll bring that.
I mean, I like that. you can't supply something to all the tables. Some of the tables gonna have some stuff on it already that, like, if your table has
Macaroni and cheese with eggs.
I don't want it. I don't want it, and I'm not gonna set my stuff on this table because I don't want it. That's nasty. I don't want it.
What is your macaroni and cheese?
I'm looking at them like, what is this? What's on this table? Cause I don't want it, and I'm not gonna put my stuff down on this table.
Does it have seasoning or does it have salt and pepper?
Cause you're gonna have folks standing at your table talking about, who made the potato salad? I'm not gonna eat that. You know how it is.
Did you put some mustard in this potato
I'm
salad?
not gonna eat that. I don't want it.
You don't want mustard on your potato salad?
You ain't never been to like the work potluck, and then you looked over there at the stuff at the potluck at work.
Who made this?
Not even who made it, but you looking at all the stuff over there, and then you thinking about what you brought, and then you don't never put your stuff on that table. You just be over there at your desk, and you go around to certain people. You be like, if you want some so and so and so, it's over here at my desk. You don't even put it on the table with the rest of the stuff. I'm not putting my stuff on the table.
You don't want nobody contaminated?
No, I don't.
Did you wash your hands?
I don't want my stuff on the table.
Oh, old Hunt yesterday was trying to get our donuts that we got brought at work, and I was like, did you wash your hands?
I don't want my
He
stuff
looked
on the
back at
table.
me. I said, yes, sir, I'm talking to you. Did you wash your hands? You just reach it in that damn box like nobody wants another donut. You ain't the only one that wants a damn donut.
Yeah, I don't want my. If the table don't look right, I'm not putting my stuff down on it nowhere.
How are you getting comments?